football. Sponsored by Budweiser.
I don't care what you want to do. Let's get tuned up.
Tonight on American football, Bill Parcells goes home to New York looking for his first win since Super Bowl 25. The Saints stay at home to defend their perfect record against the 49ers. We ask the $30,000 question: what's the difference between these two hits? Hello, well, we'll have the answer to that question for you later in the show. And with tonight's cheap gimmick to keep you watching out of the way, let's move swiftly on to the football. And having concentrated largely on the NFC for the first 3 weeks of the season, tonight we bring you two of the top contenders from the AFC, not to mention big Eastern Division rivals Buffalo and Miami. Now, the Bills seem to be playing their season backwards. Their last game was a rematch of the Super Bowl against Dallas, and having won that, they moved on this week to face the Dolphins in a replay of the AFC Championship. Come January, they'll probably be warming up with a few pre-season games. Anyway, if they can overcome the déjà vu, they'll find this year's Dolphins are a different proposition from the '92 model. Of course, Marino's still the star, but in the off-season there were big changes in the Dolphins supporting cast. Out went the ageing Marks brothers, Duper and Clayton, who'd been his favourite targets for a decade. In came Irving Fryer from New England, and the Giants' Mark Ingram. In too came enough Eagles players to have Miami christen South Philly, joining tight end Keith Jackson, who landed in Florida last year, a running back Keith Byers, and two linemen, Ron Heller on offence, and Mike of the footballing Golics on defence. Strange, the only shot of a Golic we could find and he was talking must be congenital. Anyway, the verdict's not yet in on the Dolphins' new offence. In their first two games, they won narrowly over the Colts and lost to the Jets. Against the Bills, though, their defence may be the deciding factor. The Bills are turning into the Freddy Krugers of football. They've been murdered in 3 Super Bowls now. They keep coming back. No big changes in personnel here, just more of the same stuff that's dominated the AFC these past 3 years, from the likes of Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas, and Jim Kelly. His offensive line has been weakened by injury and free agent departures, though, and with Kelly playing on a bad knee, that's a worry for Buffalo. If they stay healthy, though, the Bills are still the team the Dolphins and any other AFC contenders will most likely have to beat if they want to go to the Super Bowl. Now, a win for the Bills would give them a 2-game lead in the AFC East. A win for Miami would leave them tied. So a big early season game. But just in case the rivalry wasn't fierce enough already, Miami linebacker Brian Cox chipped in this week with some derogatory comments about Buffalo and the people who live there.
Don't like them. If you play for Buffalo, you love them, but if you play against them, you hate them. And I hate them.
Not surprisingly, the feeling's mutual.
Just a few individuals that run off at the mouth a little bit, but you know, if they would choose to talk, let them talk, you know. Like I say, talk is cheap. You got to play on Sunday.
It doesn't bother me at all, you know. I'm used to it. I've been playing football a long time, and I think, you know, some guys let talk intimidate them, but if a guy go out and kick my butt on the football field, that's the only way I'm going to be intimidated by him, and that hasn't happened yet.
And those were just the more broadcastable comments that we got out of the players. Now, joining us as usual is Bob Golic in LA. The man has been known to make the odd remark pre-game and post-game in his time. Bob, nothing like a bit of banter to up the ante.
Yes, obviously a big part of the game. I don't know if you need to go into the media with that and take it right into every TV and every home in the city, but for the people who come down to the stadium, believe me, I've played in Buffalo before. And, you know, they break out the beer about 7 in the morning, and by 10, they're done with their first case or so. So I found that the teams in the Midwest of the United States, Buffalo, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Kansas City, teams like that have a tremendous following, people that really support their team. So as a visiting team coming in, you better be prepared not just to handle the team and to play against the team, but also to handle the barbs of the opposing fans. And not just prior to the game, but usually the bus ride out of the parking lot, too, if you lose, can be a very, very ugly time.
OK, so a full welcoming party waiting for Brian Cox up in Buffalo. Let's go to Rich Stadium. As he came out of the tunnel, Cox was still making his point. About a couple of points to the people of Buffalo, and he quickly got the chance to back up all the talking. He and the Miami defense are on the field to start the game as the Bills open in their own 28.
Kelly with the one back offense, 3 wide receivers, the great Andre Reed in motion, and give it to Thurman Thomas, who's had big games against Miami. Gets a yard up the middle. Let's look at this K-gun attack with Fina, Richard, Davis, Parker, and the house Ballard protecting Kelly and Thomas. It's Kelly with Thomas, Beebe, Brooks, and Reed, the wide receivers. Metzelar's the tight end. Into swirling winds. Kelly's first throw. No, he is smothered in the backfield. The first sack of the season. And Brian Cox, the man with the words, gets the sack. Miami, the last team in the NFL to record a sack.
Well, and listen to the crowd. Here, look at Cox. He just runs right through Thurman Thomas, gets Kelly. The reason Kelly couldn't throw the ball, he was trying to throw the ball down the field to Andre Reed, but J.B. Brown had excellent coverage.
So 3rd down and long for Kelly. And he'll try to run, and he has some room. And dives at the 42, just short of the first down. It'll be close. J.B. Brown grounds him after a 15-yard scamper by Kelly. 4th down and 1, and the punting team comes on, and this will be a test for Chris Moore, as he'll have to kick into a vicious, unpredictable wind.
One of the things that a punter does into the wind like this, Dick, is you want to keep the ball as low as you possibly can. And if you can keep it low, you got a chance to move the ball down the field.
Moore gets a good spiral, and then the wind really bats it down, and the fair catch called for at the 25-yard line by O.J. McDuffie, the rookie from Penn State. A 38-yard punt. That's a great kick, no return. First down at the Miami 40, and the second throw by Marino short underneath to the rookie Kirby, and Kirby is into Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Talley and Patton make the tackle. 11 yards on the play.
When Marino throws, it just, here's a play action pass. The running game makes a play action pass. Now the pass, now watch this. Up goes Kirby over the middle. Nobody's really covering him at that point in time. 53 as Marcus Patton. He is there, but he's too deep. Marino will find the short man.
Kirby now with 9 catches. Even Barr said, how could he have been a 3rd-round pick? He has a 1st-round talent. Ball at the Buffalo 49. Just underway. Not raining at the moment, but a storm expected shortly. Kirby plowing for 3. Cornelius Bennett and plenty of blue shirt help to make the stop.
You know, Dick, so much has been made about the Miami Dolphins running the football. And you and I know that the one thing that the Miami Dolphins do not want to do is take the ball out of the hands of Dan Marino. This line says, oh, this offense says, okay, yeah, we can't run the ball. We're not a great running team like some of the other teams in the National Football League. But we know one thing, that man, Dan Marino, is got, whether it's 3rd and 25 or 3rd and 1, he can get the first down for you.
Even Marv Beatty said we want to stop the run, but not too much. Because that means it goes right into Marino's hands. 2nd and 7 for Marino. Good protection, and through the hand to Keith Jackson. And Jackson, who did not warm up until about 7 minutes before the game, then had his warm-up loosened up, wanted to get right into the game because of that hamstring pull.
Watch Jackson. I think when he drops the ball, watch his right arm. Does he reach down and grab his hamstring? I think he does. He's going to reach back. Look at here. And he is limping right there. He just reached down with his right arm and grabbed his hamstring. It is not, we know it's not 100%. Whether it's 80% or not, I don't think so.
Touchdowns on 75% of his catches this year. They line up 8 men on the line of scrimmage, the Bills. And Marino has a man. And out of bounds goes Mark Ingram. First down at the 20. Henry Jones made the tackle, 25 yards.
You want to know how good a pass this is? Henry Jones had no chance. Watch where this ball is put. Here goes Ingram to the outside. Jones is trailing, but look where he throws it. Right over Jones's shoulder. Ingram is the only guy that has a chance to catch the ball.
And Marino, a meteorologist perhaps, judging the wind factor and floating that one out there perfectly for Ingram. Marino 3 for 4, and the Dolphins threaten on their first possession. And this time it's Irving Fryer, and Fryer close to the 10 before Williams can down him. Fryer has been productive, leads the Dolphins in catches coming in, 11 in the first 2 games.
Well, this time he catches Fryer on Williams one-on-one. Watch this. Fryer comes down, just goes to the outside. Williams slips and falls down. That's why Fryer so wide open. But Fryer coming back to the ball, it would have been very difficult for Williams to get there anyway.
Good news, it's another first down. The bad news for the Dolphins, they have to go the full 10 yards. The ball is just outside the 10.
But here comes the rain.
Coming from the lake to the left, wind from the left. The toss to Kirby. He has 2, maybe 3. Talley and Jeff Wright. Wright got him first.
Dick, you know, you talked about the wind, about Marino throwing the ball into it, and it is important to score with the wind at your back. And, you know, they say, well, you got to play both ways twice in this game. That's true. But it's a lot easier to score with the wind than it is against it if you have to throw the ball.
Second down and 7, the 9th play of this opening drive by Miami. That's Keith Jackson back in the game in motion. They throw to Jackson, and boy, did the wind take that one. That was just like a curveball bending away from the intended receiver.
Not only would it look like a curveball, but the problem is that Keith Jackson never got out. Darryl Talley kept him from getting off the line of scrimmage, and if you can't get out, you can't catch the ball. Marino, whether the wind got it or not, I think he just threw the ball away.
Mickey Washington and Matt Darby, 2 extra defensive backs, come in for Buffalo on 3rd down and a long 7. 4 wide receivers for Marino. First time from the shotgun. And fortunately for Miami, they recover the fumble, and they still have a chance at a field goal. Bruce Smith creating havoc in the center of the offensive line of the Dolphins.
Well, when we talked to Marino, he said he wanted to know where Smith was. Now, here he does. He gets inside the center, no problem, Golic, but the ball is kicked back towards Sims. He recovers the fumble. Smith was there. Marino did a great job just trying to control the ball. Watch this. It goes up almost over his head. The ball's down. He was going to try to hand the ball to Kirby, but he couldn't get the ball to him. Sims heads up. Now they're kicking a field goal.
Stoyanovich from 30 yards away. And wind and all, he hits it beautifully. Miami scores first. Don Shula just 6 wins away from the all-time #1 ahead of George Halas, has an early 3-0 edge.
Second possession for the Bills, second sack for Jim Kelly. This one by Jeff Cross. So Buffalo had to punt again. Enjoying the start of Miami's next possession at their own 25.
Marino underneath, and he's got Byers for a first down at the 45, and look at it rain now, blowing in almost level to the field off the lake. 20 yards on that play.
Yeah, well, you're looking at when Marino sees Patton, a linebacker, covering Byers, watch where he goes. Byers to the inside. I mean, you really don't give the linebacker much of a chance to cover, and that's an excellent pass.
Gives the Ohio State All-America Byers his longest gain on a pass this year, 20 yards, and he comes out. On first down, leading 3-0. Marino has a man wide open. Tony Martin, no one covered him. Late getting over there was Nate Odoms, but the wind, and it appears that when you throw the ball to the sidelines, the wind then really takes off and destroys the target.
How about Miami with the hurry-up offense? How do you like this? Let's take a page from Buffalo.
Turnabout's fair play. They want to keep the same defenders on the field for the Bills. Underneath, and again it's Byard. No Kirby this time, and a first down at the Buffalo 37. Mark Maddox made the tackle. Terry Kirby, 19 yards.
One of the things I'm saying, when you see guys like this that are open, you see Kirby going down open, there's so much emphasis on Keith Jackson. You're seeing 2 linebackers. To play before this play, there were 2 linebackers on Jackson. They had number 55 Maddox, and also they had Talley on him. And when you start putting 2 guys on the tight end, somebody's got to be open.
This one incomplete at the sidelines, and again the ball really going off target with the win, intended for Fryer. Jones and Kelso on the coverage. Second and 10, the crowd trying to help the Bills defense, and Bruce Smith, now you see him in that Joe Green cock position over the center. Marino underneath, and a terrific catch. Is it a catch? No. Did not come down with it, Tony Martin. J.D. Williams making the defensive play. James Earl Williams, but initials J.D. after his older brother. In the rain, Marino on third down with the crowd giving its 80,000 voices in support of the defense, and the throw wide open. Fryer, Irving Fryer, touchdown. 36-yard play. Fryer's first score as a Dolphin.
For the Miami touchdown.
Two things happened on this play. And I think the major part is Mark Kelso never got deep as he had to get, and Fryer just cut inside, got beyond Williams, James Williams, and then went to the inside, and Kelso never got there. Number 38.
Fryer's going to take that one home with him, his first touchdown for the Fish.
Have Marino autograph it for him, I would imagine.
That's a big play on 3rd and 10. Stoyanovich has trouble. There's trouble. Mitchell unable to take the snap, and so the Dolphins' lead is 9-0. Dan Marino's 296th touchdown pass, number 2 all-time to Fran Tarkenton.
Now watch this. You got to believe. Look at Williams. He's supposed to be having relief downfield. He does not get it. There's Kelso coming into the picture. Had no chance at all. Williams was not there. He was there close, but not deep. He was waiting on Kelso, and they never got the ball.
Scott Mitchell unable to set it up for Stoyanovich. It's 9-0 Miami. 4:25 left in the first.
On their next drive, it was 3 downs and out again for Buffalo, who couldn't pass or run on the Miami defense. And after a punt into the wind by Chris Moore, the Dolphins take over in great field position at the Bills' 48.
Marino still has 2 minutes 17 seconds of the wind at his back here in the opening quarter, and he goes to work. Fryer again. Not quite a first down, and Odoms makes the stop.
The one thing that we know about on rainy days, Odoms is there to make the stop on Fryer, but on a rainy day, the offensive man always knows where he's going. The defensive man doesn't. Now, this is a pretty tight field, even though it's raining here. It's a new field. The footing is very good, but the one thing about Marino and the Buffalo Bills defense knows, don't let him throw that little hitch and go. You're gone, because if you slip, we already saw Williams slip once. They don't want that to happen for the quick touchdown with this win.
Marino a good quarter. 2nd down and 3. And to give to Byers. And he'll be close to a first down. Jeff Wright, Marcus Patton, and others in on the stop. Marv Levy in the summary said he thought he might try bungee jumping, and said he went to Blockbuster Video. and in fact, we had the Blockbuster blimp with us, but they said the FAA said get down. We got 60-mile-an-hour winds predicted.
We were watching that thing. You said what's the best $5 ride you've ever seen? The blimp? It was going all over the place.
Like a bubble in the breeze. Not quite the first down. 3rd and less than a yard. And Marino looking for something big, and he's got Byers. And Byers, no, it's Kirby. It breaks loose to the 5. Henry Jones saves a touchdown. The rookie Kirby, another big play, 34 yards, and Miami is stunning this huge sellout crowd.
3rd and short yardage, and he hits Kirby down the middle. And watch this. Watch where the pass is thrown. That's what's unbelievable. In this win, this pass is over the linebackers, and Kelso comes up and misses the tackle. And when you miss a tackle on a guy like Kirby, he's almost gone. Jones makes the tackle, but they're at the 5-yard line, actually inside the 5.
Final seconds of the opening quarter. Marino acting like he wants to run, and he's got it. A foot. A rare rushing touchdown for Dan Marino, as the first quarter will come to basically an end on the extra point. 4 seconds left, and the Miami Dolphins lead 15-0.
You know, on this play, it's just unbelievable what happens on the play, because Byers is out in front of him. Now, Marino has 2 choices. We'll see it later, but Marino has 2 choices, really, either to run with the ball or throw the Byers. And it really put the corner in a position, what do I do? Do I give up the receiver and go to Marino, or do I stay with the receiver and let Marino score? Marino scored.
You don't figure it'll be Marino. You got to gamble on the side of the pass as Stojanovic gets the spot from Mitchell and the extra point. Marino rubs some carpet off that right elbow after his 4-yard touchdown run, his 7th rushing touchdown career.
All right, here it is. Now take a look at on the outside. It is Kelso that's on Byers. Look at Kelso. What does he do? Now Byers sees Marino, says, come on in. Byers gets pat and can't get there. Marino gets the ball over. One thing Marino almost made a mistake doing when he went over, he had the ball in his left hand. If you got to get it over the goal line, it should be in your right hand, because if the ball doesn't go over the goal line, it doesn't make any difference whether you do or not. But he got it there. Dan Marino and the Miami offense as outstanding a quarter against the Buffalo Bills as Marv Levy has had to swallow in many, many, many seasons.
Time to get back on the top. Give it to him!
Let's get tuned up.
Welcome back. In the first quarter, Miami held Buffalo to just 8 yards of total offense, while Dan Marino passed for 170 alone and went in for a rare rushing touchdown. As the second quarter begins, the Bills have the ball at their own 20.
How about the quarter for Dan Marino as Thomas goes down, only 2 yards on first down. Marino in that first quarter was 9 for 14, 170 yards, 170 in the opening period. He only needs 46 more and passes Unitas into number 3 spot.
No turnover. No turnover. A couple of mistakes, penalties, but no turnover.
Kelly underneath to the 26-yard line to Metzelar's the tight end, but that's only a 4-yard gain and brings up 3rd and 4. Lifford Hobley, the tackler.
Along with John Offerdahl. What isn't interesting what Kelly told us about Offerdahl? He says, you know, with Offerdahl in there, when you look at the game film, he's around the ball on every single play.
Magnetic. Kelly intercepted. Lewis Oliver. Oliver gets a block on Kelly, but it'll be an illegal one. And check that, it's Hobley, not Oliver. Lifford Hobley able to pick it off, and there was a clip that it would bring it back. Not that Hobley got to the end zone anyway, but another break for Miami.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty, and there's a clip on Jim Kelly.
Block in the back, illegal use of the hands.
But that's after the interception. The ball remains in the hands of the Miami Dolphins. And I mentioned just something a second ago, no turnovers.
Illegal block, number 51, after the interception.
Brian Cox with the penalty.
They don't, maybe the fans don't know his number because they're not booing. All right, here it comes. Lifford Hobley playing Metzelar's. Metzelar's falls down. Hobley gets the interception. Here comes the clip. Bottom left of your screen. Kelly is hit from behind. Hobley runs out of bounds, but here comes the block. Watch this. You've got to get your head in front. Cox sees Kelly, and that is a clip. When you can see the guy's name on the back of his jersey, you know you're clipping. But they didn't really boo. They may not know his number yet. They just know his name, Brian Cox.
Well, Miami presented with the first turnover at the Bills' 25 after the penalty. And it isn't raining, or just slight drizzle at the moment. Up the middle for about 7 on first down goes Kirby. Jeff Wright makes the stop, along with Mark Maddox.
When you're wondering what the Miami Dolphins offense is doing and why they're doing it so well, it's because they're blocking very well. That time, Kirby had enough time to stop and pick the hole. Watch when Kirby gets the ball. Right here, he stops. Now he has time to find the hole and get up into it. That's good blocking by the offensive line.
And how about Keith Byers? He's the one that smothered the middle linebacker. Byers, who can do it all, including block. Marino to the end zone and almost intercepted by Kelso. That one taking off, and perhaps Marino figuring into the win, you got to throw harder, and it really down on the field doesn't seem to be impacting the play that much.
But he also got nailed just as he was getting ready, just as he was releasing the ball. He got hit from the right side, and that caused the ball to kind of somewhat go up in the air. That ball was just way too high.
Marino is 3 for 3 on third downs, and he's had his biggest plays on third down, 97 yards on those 3 plays. Third down and 3. It's Kirby, first down, as he's to the 13-yard line. Horse collared by Mark Maddox.
Just some excellent blocking, Dick, up in the middle of the line. Along, again, Keith Byers going up into the hole and leading for Kirby. Byers comes up in and just takes on, I think it's the linebacker in the middle, but Keith Byers is just doing a great job. Here it comes, the blocking in the line, the center Dellenbach. Widener gets an outstanding block, and look at the block by Byers.
First down at the 13 with Miami in front 16-0. Early second quarter. Kirby again. Hard running rookie. Stop and forges forward for 2 more yards to get inside the 10. Smith and Talley with the tackle. Brian Cox undoubtedly the voices from the crowd not as strong as they were earlier. With his team, Miami up 16-0.
You don't think they like him now, do you?
Not any better. He says he doesn't like them anyway. Any better. Marino over the middle, and it's through Kirby's hands, incomplete. Good defense. Marcus Patton was right there. Patton is 4th season out of UCLA.
Marcus Patton, you're going to see there is a blitz up in the middle. That was Mark Maddox, number 55, coming up. But the offensive line did it well. Marcus Patton just threw Kirby to the ground.
Mother, a professional football player, well documented as the LA Dandelions. Taught him how to play the game. Marino, 3 for 3 on 3rd down, and they picked up a first down on the last 3rd down, a run. Look at wide open. The catch, and not enough for the first down as Irving Fryer stopped outside the 5-yard line. Miami needed to get to the 3, and here comes Stojanovic in the field goal unit.
Now you see Marino, he goes up to Fryer, and I would believe at that point in time Marino is saying, hey, that's my fault, because Fryer was wide open. If he just hits him in the hands, Fryer would have had enough time to turn upfield and maybe pick up the first down and get touchdown. But he dove at the ball to make the catch and fell down. Didn't have enough time to get back up and get downfield.
24-yard field goal attempt by Stojanovic. Remember, Scott Mitchell had trouble with 1 snap on the extra point. Wet ball, wet field. Stojanovic hits it. He's 2 for 2. And the Dolphin lead builds to 19-0 with 11:23 left in the opening half.
And the misery continued for Jim Kelly and the Bills as he was picked off again on their next possession. This time, though, the Dolphins couldn't capitalize on the turnover and had to punt. As we pick up the game, the Bills have the ball back at their own 37.
Now Thomas has a little running room, and that's a long gain for him out to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 5. Jeff Cross makes the tackle. 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Kelly, inside handoff to Thomas, breaks a tackle into the clear. And another flag down as Thomas is to the Miami 37, Buffalo's first trip into Dolphin territory.
You're going to have holding downfield by Billy Brooks, number 80 of the Buffalo Bills, is going to pull the ball back. Billy Brooks, number 80, is the wide receiver downfield, trying to help out, trying to get a block, trying to do something to get this team moving, and then all of a sudden you get holding. Thurman Thomas is just running downfield. Now here comes Billy Brooks. He is holding on Troy Vincent. He's got him by the shirt. The official is right there. He sees the holding. He's got Troy Vincent, and they throw the flag. It's a good call. Great run.
And one first down. They're still in Miami territory at the 47.
One thing, Dick, you and I know, and you've done so many Buffalo Bill games, don't let Thurman Thomas get back in the ball game. If you do, he can break your back.
And once he starts running, then that opens up things for Kelly's passing game. And he goes to work to Brooks after the penalty. That's such a wise call by Kelly. Brooks came back into the huddle disappointed with himself, and Kelly says, hey, I'll make you feel better. Here's a 10-yard gain.
Now the crowd back in the ball game again. See Brooks coming downfield. He's working on the outside on Troy Vincent.
On first down, Thomas, just as he was breaking into the clear, dragged down inside the 35 by Brian Cox.
Brian Cox, he's on the outside. Now look at this. Metzlar's trying to keep him from going inside, but Cox gets inside, fights off the tight end, and makes an outstanding play. 3-yard gain. I think that's not bad, huh?
Kelly to Brooks, and Brooks has another Buffalo first down. J.B. Brown made the stop with 4:43 left in the opening half.
You know, Dick, one of the things about this Buffalo offense, if you look at it in the first 3 weeks, and this, well, 2.5 weeks really, with Buffalo, is that most of their passes are short passes. Even though they have the wind at their back, this offense has really been designed so far this year to go to the short stuff. And it's not because of Kelly's arm, just because of the design of the offense.
On first down, Kelly goes long this time, and Reed is open. Incomplete. He had it for a moment, but a difficult chance, and Buffalo that close to its first score. Vesty Jackson was the trailer for Miami.
Andre Reed is down in the end zone, and he's not faking either. I mean, you know, a lot of times they're upset with himself for not holding on the ball. But I think what Andre Reed did is land on the football. I said they don't usually go deep except when they find Andre Reed on the outside and he is on one-on-one coverage, and you see him, he is one-on-one coverage there, and he comes down. No, he didn't. He landed on his shoulder.
Kelly sees Reed go off holding that right shoulder, and at least from long range appears to be okay. Able to move it and able to get off under his own power. There's a wincing of pain. Kelly and Reed currently are the top touchdown combination in the NFL. They've connected 47 times on touchdowns, a considerable distance behind the all-time record holders, Marino and Mark Clayton, who combined for 79 touchdowns. Kelly. A screen. That's that little slip screen that worked so well last year in Miami in the playoffs, and it gains about 5, maybe 6. Lewis Oliver made the tackle.
Well, they read it very well, and when they came up, I mean, this was carried out perfectly. Watch Kelly. He'll fake, go out to the outside like a rollout, and come back. Now watch. The play is read well. Cox is there, and then here comes Oliver to make the play. Again, it picked up about 4 or 5 yards, 4.5 yards, but that was read very well.
Kelly, man covered, looking, trying to buy some time, and Vesty Jackson almost with the interception as Jackson had position on Bill Brooks. Well, you throw back across your body into the middle of the field, and
It's one of those things that you tell all young quarterbacks when you look at it. Now here's Kelly, no one to throw to. He goes out to his left. He's rushed again, and here they come. They're after him. But when you're not set, if we could go back quickly and see it one more time, Kelly is facing back the other way, throwing the ball downfield. You have to have your body turned, Dick, facing the target you're throwing at.
Steve Christie from 40 yards trying to get Buffalo on the scoreboard. He's a perfect 3 for 3 this year. Make it 4 for 4. In fact, he is 28 of 34. He's missed only 6 since coming here from Tampa Bay. Steve Christie.
And Christie didn't miss his next one either. A monster 59-yarder as time ran out in the half. The third longest field goal of all time. So something for the Bills to celebrate at last as they cut the Dolphins' lead to less than 2 touchdowns. Join us after the break.
Time to get back on the top. Give it to him!
Let's get tuned up.
Well, apart from some brief signs of offensive life from the Bills at the end of the half, it's been all Dolphins. And while you almost take for granted that the offense will be good with Marino in charge, it's the defense that's really stymied Buffalo. Against that weakened Bills offensive line, the Dolphins have been in Jim Kelly's face all the first half. Brian Cox backing up his talk with a sack on the second play of the game. And they also seem to be reading and reacting to whatever the Bills try, like this Andre Reed reverse in the first quarter. Bob, I'm just wondering, it seems whenever teams have an extra week, like the bye week the Dolphins have just had, or the bye week before the Super Bowls, for example, they seem to be able to come up with a defense that works for the Bills.
Well, let me tell you this. Buffalo's offense is not that hard to figure out. I've spent years, over the last 14 years, getting the computer reports, the computer breakdowns of that offense. You have the time to sit back and study it and know that if they come out in an I formation or a full formation, what their tendencies are. If it's 3rd and 2, what their tendencies are. So that's very easy to pick that stuff up. The thing that's hard is that when they go no huddle, you don't really have the time to assimilate that information and translate it into a good defense. So if you do have the extra week to prepare, I think you've got a good point that it does help you to play more effectively against that offense.
Well, we'll see what adjustments, if any, the Bills manage to make in the second half. Let's go to the third quarter. Miami received the kickoff. Here's their opening drive. They have a 1st and 10 at Buffalo's 42-yard line.
Marino changing his call. He saw something, and it's this pass play to Fryer. Came back to meet it. Out of bounds at the 38. Fryer with a touchdown catch in the first half. His first as a Dolphin 36-yard play.
Out here on Nate Odom's, Irving Fryer, just a little quick hitch to the outside, a little comeback, and you get both feet in bounds. And one of the officials, the one upfield just said maybe not, but the one downfield said yeah. Here it is now. Take a look. The blitz is on. Tally's coming in. Smith is there. He gets a hit late, but Marino gets the ball away.
A game of a long 5. Fryer continuing to have good production. That gives him 16 catches in his first 3 games in Miami. Higgs with blockers. Inside the 35, and he was running behind a shielding block of Keith Byers. Tally gets him down near the yardsticks. Might be just shy by about a foot.
56 is Tally. Watch here. Comes Byers, 41 on him. And watch this block. Tally gets off. It's a little late, but he still gets off and makes the play. And, you know, they talked about, you asked Byers, what about one guy that you would talk about? And you ask him this, you know, who do you talk about? It's the most unsung hero of the Buffalo Bills. It's that guy, 56, Darryl Talley.
Now in his 11th year and playing in West Virginia against Pittsburgh, he and Marino have hooked up many a time. This is the 15th consecutive year they played. Look at Higgs in the open, but a flag is down, and Higgs slips down and then gets hit, and there'll be another flag.
Yeah, but first you've got holding at the line of scrimmage.
And maybe that's on Byers hitting Kelso.
Here we go.
69, offense.
That's
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 41, offense. That is decline.
Hey, Marino, hold it. Now the personal foul is on Byers. Here comes Higgs. He slips down. There's Kelso. Kelso touches him. And Byers hits him. That's a block. I mean, sorry. Here's Kelso. He touches him.
Plays over there.
And Byers comes in.
It drove second.
Yeah. I mean,
how are you going to stop at that point?
You can't stop. That's number one. And the field is slippery. But Byers, and he didn't hit him with his helmet. He hit him with his shoulder. It's a game of contact, folks.
So 3rd and 11 for Marino on this opening drive of the second half. Has to go to the hand signals as the crowd. Good protection. Underneath, incomplete, and the flag goes down. It looked as if that was an early contact by Marcus Patton, as Ingram, who has been very quiet today, the wide receiver, was the intended receiver.
And they're going to boo like crazy, and if they have the screen, they can see it. They'll see it. Patton hit him too
Pass
early.
interference, defense.
Patton was there. These fans aren't booing that much because Marcus Patton was there. Marino has time to throw the ball. He gets hit there by Tally. But watch this. Patton is all over the back of Ingram. There's absolutely no question about this play.
He lets him catch it. It would have been 4th and 5.
All right, here we go again. Marino stepping up. He's going to step up into the pocket. He has time to throw the ball. Good blocking, and then the throw.
And it would not have been enough for a first down, but Patton was riding him early. And the automatic first down on the interference call at the 36. Marino, that quick trigger to Byers. And Byers bumped out at about the 24-yard line. First down. Cornelius Bennett over there to make the play.
You know, here's the situation. Cornelius Bennett, number 97 on Byers. He was on Byers, Dick, and then he let him go. Marino pumped. It was a play-action pass on the left-hand side of the screen. We're not going to see it, but there it is. Yes, we are. You see Cornelius Bennett bumps Byers, and Byers goes to the outside. Once he lets him go, Marino sees it, and they pick up the first down. It's just Marino following his man.
What a pickup for the Dolphins, and Keith Byers has caught 50 passes or more each of the last 5 years. Only John L. Williams up in Seattle can make that play. Again to Byers. He just shreds Mark Maddox and has another first down at the 12-yard line.
Dick, 2 plays. Who's covering Byers? Linebackers. Marino wants that. If you're going to cover Keith Byers with a linebacker, then I'm going to go to him. Here comes Marino. Byers out of the backfield. Maddox coming from the inside. Byers shakes him, but Maddox, it's not bad coverage. It would have been about a 5-yard gain is all. But Byers' strength, slips the tackle, and picks up another first down. Now they're at the what? 12, 13, 12.
Byers, 255 pounds. Always an outstanding receiver going back to his day with the Buckeyes as an All-American. Oh, what an opening drive to start this half. They've used almost 7 minutes, and now it's Higgs. And he's caught in the backfield for a yard loss. Good penetration by Jeff Wright and Bruce Smith. Marino overshoots. He tried to loft it in to Byers, but good coverage by Maddox. That would have had to be just absolutely perfect, and there are only inches there.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm telling you something right now. Marino's down there saying that the official blew it because that Mark Maddox was holding Byers. All right, Bruce Smith coming upfield. He's on Webb.
Good block by Higgs.
Well, Higgs comes in and cuts him at the leg, but didn't hit him in the ankle. Watch this. Here's Byers. Now, see this? He's grabbed right there. That's just a bump. That's a good play by Maddox. I'm sorry, Dan. Dan Marino, you're not going to get away with that one.
3rd down and 12. The 14th play of this drive. Handoff, Kirby. Behind a good block by, I believe that was the center. And Kirby gives Stoyanovich now a much easier shot at a first down, at a field goal with a first down not made. It'll be about 4th down and 5. And this, going back to the missed extra point in the mathematics, would give the Dolphins more than a 2-touchdown lead. Currently a 13-point advantage.
But what an impressive drive. I mean, you're talking about 8 minutes off that clock, over 8 minutes. Almost 8.5 minutes.
Into the wind as well. That's buying time with the wind in the 4th and denying Buffalo. Stoyanovich hooks it through. 24 yards on the kick, and the Dolphins build their lead 22-6.
Time to get back on the top. Give it to him!
Let's get tuned up.
In the final minute of the 3rd quarter, Dan Marino passed a historic milestone in passing yards. What else? Moving above the legendary Johnny Unitas into 3rd place on the all-time list. At the start of the 4th, though, the Bills finally got the break they'd been looking for, their first turnover, as Darryl Talley stripped the ball from Mark Higgs and Jeff Wright recovered. So the Bills have the ball at their own 20.
22-6, Miami stopped on the fumble, forced by Talley, recovered by Jeff Wright. Kelly, his receivers covered again. Oh, just eludes the tackle. And now runs it out of bounds at about the 29, 30-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
What a nice play by Jim Kelly. Now, there's no backs in the backfield. There are no backs. And watch what Kelly does. Here comes Coleman, 90, into the inside. So Kelly goes outside. Coleman is chasing him. But watch what Kelly does. See him square up the throw. He can't throw. Holds the defender, and then gets back to the outside. Bestie Jackson, 24, ran him out.
10 minutes exactly left in this 4th quarter. Little shovel pass, incomplete. That's not a fumble. Incomplete to Kenneth Davis. Larry Webster and others in the thick of it.
I'm sorry, Dick, but the most important thing about this screen that they ran in the championship game 6 times for 90-some yards. Even if he caught the ball, he'd have gotten killed anyhow. Take a look at the number of Miami Dolphins that are going to be there when Davis catches the ball. Bang, the ball is there. He has no chance at all. Webster was right there.
I think Tom Olivedati hasn't had them watching films of all those screens complete in the championship game. Incomplete to Don Beebe in that game in Miami that sent Buffalo on to their 3rd straight Super Bowl. Olivedati saw his defense give up 90 yards on 6 of those little slip screens. Not today. They've been ready for him.
Isn't he something else? You know, when the defense plays a good game, it's the defensive player. When the defensive plays poorly, it's the coach.
Over the middle to Copeland, the rookie, and he's into Miami territory. That's an Andre Reed type reception and run. 21 yards.
Russell Copeland was one of the guys, the first guys you heard from in training camp. They said this guy is definitely going to make this team. Not only an excellent returner, but he's got tremendous hands and very good speed.
4th round pick out of Memphis State. He's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. Little high for Beebe, incomplete with J.B. Brown on the coverage. Stopping the clock with 9:21 to go. A must possession time for Buffalo to score. They need 3 possessions. And they need to score at least 2 touchdowns in 2 of those 3 to catch Miami. Kelly to Davis. Gives up some ground to gain a couple 3. Dwight Collier makes the tackle. Gain of about 6.
Dwight Collier did an excellent job. There's Andre Reed on the sideline, but did an excellent job on that play, because what happened is when Kenneth Davis caught the ball, he made him backpedal to get some help. He stopped him from getting the first down.
By the way, Reed will not return today. That the shoulder injured at the end of the first half. Davis weaving his way to a first down at the 35-yard line with 8:45 to go. Lifford Hobley, the tackler.
You notice not too many people have left yet?
Oh, they are tremendous, Sam. You don't have to convince me of that. And they're used to foul weather. They obviously love the Bills, and to their credit, for 5 consecutive years leading the NFL in attendance, and they'll do it again this year. Underneath to Davis. Whoa, what a tackle by Collier. That is out of the textbook.
There was also another guy sitting over there, too, is John Offerdahl. We haven't mentioned his name about tackles, but he's always around the ball. Here's the play outside. Davis gets the ball. Collier squares him up and just drills him right there for a yard loss.
2nd and 11. The watch is on the eyes are on the clock, and that becomes the watch with 8:08 left in this 4th. 2nd and long. Kelly. As the completion shy of the first down is Bill Brooks. Brooks has had a decent day today. Came in with 7 catches, has 4 this afternoon. Former Colt.
Now, normally you would say in this area that it's 3rd down, but this would be 4-down territory. Not necessarily so, because they do need a field goal.
3rd down, a long 2.
Ken Hall is the center.
Kelly calling out the play.
Ken Hall, he's down on one knee, turning around talking to Kelly.
Took a long time to get it off. Chewed up another 15 seconds. Kelly over the middle. Caught for a touchdown, but apparently, yes, Bill Brooks. 27 yards, and finally, Buffalo can cheer a touchdown.
Touchdown.
There's the play, Kelly, but the thing about it is, watch the time he has to throw the ball. Ken Hall is the center, really didn't have to block anybody. This pass is right over the top. No chance for Vesti Jackson on Billy Brooks. Then Lewis Oliver misses the tackle, number 25. Troy Vincent in the end zone, but Billy Brooks has the touchdown.
Christie in for the extra point. It's good. The man who set a Buffalo record with a 59-yard field goal at the end of the first half. And Buffalo with 7:23, hopes still alive. Now the wind, unkind to Buffalo. Just as he was about to kick the ball, the wind blew it flat. And instead of hitting that 2-hopper that allows the men on the left to come in and cover, it just squid easily to Dwight Collier.
See, but if he stops, it doesn't attempt to kick. See, on the ball, if he stops now, they will let it go. They will have him re-tee the ball or reset the ball, but he went through with the kick.
And that just even make contact was quite an effort by Christie.
See, remember one thing, it did not fall off the tee, Dick. It was never on the tee.
Legal kick, Miami ball.
The ball, you know what happened with the legal kick? It was beyond the line of scrimmage. It was beyond the 35. Watch where the ball is when he kicks it. The ball blows down. Well, I didn't know it wasn't. I thought that he was going to call it a legal kick.
It went 10 yards. What was illegal about it?
Well, I would have said legal kick.
Oh, a legal kick. I'm sorry. He did say a legal, not an illegal. A legal kick.
Huh? My lips cold? Whoa! Hello, Cornelius Bennett drilling Higgs. What a hit. And that's, of course, what Buffalo must hope. Some plays that'll force another turnover. The last 80-yard drive by the Bills, engineered after the fumble recovery. Ron Heller just does not block Cornelius Bennett. Cornelius Bennett gets around Ron Heller. He comes right down the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Heller is out of the way. Boom. That's a great play.
And for Higgs to hold on to the ball, a good play. He's the man who fumbled on the last possession. Well, this crowd's back in it. protecting the ball. Backup tight end Greg Beatty from Stanford. And his first catch of the season, make that his second catch. He had one coming in for 1 yard and a touchdown. Is close to a first down. It'll be third and about 3. Mark Maddox made the tackle.
You know, one of the things you can't orchestrate, the crowd is at such a pitch, and all of a sudden they complete a pass, and it's like somebody turned off the volume. They just stop.
6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth. Buffalo trailing by 9. Miami third and a crucial 3. Oh my, Byers wide open, and the veteran won't drop many like that. That was a sure first down.
That's what he does so well. It's almost, you know, when you look at it, it's like San Francisco's running plays. He just drops the ball out to the outside. Marcus Patton can't get there. Look at this. He was wide open. Byers runs not for a touchdown, but for at least a first down. It keeps the drive alive.
Instead, in comes Dale Hatcher to punt. Russell Copeland return 147 yards for a touchdown, and the opener against New England drops back to the 10. Copeland lets it go, and it takes a Buffalo bounce out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 5:44 remaining. Buffalo has all its timeouts. They start from the 11-yard line into the wind. Play action by Kelly. A good fake. And batted down. Metzelaars was open, and Vesti Jackson made the play.
Kelly was out on the outside. He was all by himself, and he had some time, and he tried to get the ball to number 88, Pete Metzelaars. Here it is on a bootleg. Kelly comes back to the outside. Look at this. He's by himself, really, and he throws the ball. He sees Metzelaars, but he doesn't see Vesti Jackson, who peels off and made the play.
Kelly 16 for 30 today. A touchdown and 2 interceptions. Batted again in the air. Larry Webster was close to it. We'll see who did get a hand on it.
The best pass defense in the world is knocking the ball down. Here it is in the pit. Take a look. They're driving the offensive line back, and then Webster just gets that big paw up in the air and knocks the ball down. That's what you're allowing penetration by the defensive line, and that's been going on all day long.
Webster at 6'5", using that height and reach, and now a third down desperate pass underneath the Brooks, and Brooks is to the 19. Not enough. It'll be 4th down and 2.5, and you have to go here or not. Even if you don't make it, the worst thing you do is you hope you can hold Miami to a field goal. You're still within 2 touchdowns.
Exactly, and if you punt the ball into this wind and you look at the flag, it's a big win. Miami's going to get the ball in about their own 45-yard line anyway.
5:15 to go.
Okay. Are they're trying to delay? No.
Here's Kelly. No one open. He throws into a crowd and incomplete. And Buffalo loses the ball on downs. And a tough hit there. The Bills receiver Copeland has not gotten up.
I'm really surprised he gets this ball off. Just keep your eye on Kelly and look at the penetration by the defensive line. They're all in his face, and he gets this ball off. There's 3 people in traffic. Davis is in there.
He had to jump. Look at Kelly. Well, you can't see Kelly here, but he had to jump, and that coverage is just brilliant.
It'll be Miami's ball. There are no flags.
So the Dolphins defense underlining their superiority in this game. The Bills did get the ball back one final time after this interception in the end zone of Dan Marino by Henry Jones, but it was too late to make any difference. So Don Shula's Dolphins get a rare win on the road at Buffalo.
I thought we were in Super Bowl 25 when the Giants came out and held the ball for so long. You know, anytime that Dan Marino can have a 75% chance of having a good running game, that's going to make him more effective.
Big game early, considering, you know, that you guys could have gone up effectively 3 games with the 4th week. Does that bother you that that opportunity gets away?
No, it doesn't bother me about the opportunity. It bothers me about getting my ass whooped. Excuse the expression, but that bothers me.
Well, a fair assessment, I think, from Darryl Talley there. And Bob, a big psychological win as much as anything else for the Dolphins on the road at Rich Stadium.
Right, psychological and from a physical sense, too. Within that division, obviously they're going to have to play again, the next game being down in Miami. So Miami's got to feel real good about where they stand right now in the AFC East.
OK, let's look at the rest of the action now in the roundup and we start with another big divisional game, this one in the NFC West. With an unbeaten record, the Saints are cooking these days, but the pre-match barbecue in New Orleans was nothing compared to what was being served up inside the pressure cooker of the Superdome. Steve Young basically got tenderized Cajun style, sacked 6 times by the Saints, who then went to work on offense behind the strong running of rookie Derek Brown. Wade Wilson kept the drive going into the second quarter with this 15-yard pass to Torrance Small, and Brown came back to finish it off.
He's in this time, I think. Yes, he is. Touchdown Saints.
That was 10-0 New Orleans. San Francisco had a pretty good day rushing themselves, though. Ricky Waters led with 135 yards, but it was Logan's run that tied the game at 10. Mark Logan in for the injured Tom Rathman, and in for his second touchdown of the season. The Saints held the high-powered Niners attack to a field goal after that, though, and with the game tied at 13 and 5 seconds left, they moved into Morton Anderson range.
Good snap. Far enough. Good.
So the Saints keep their perfect record, and for the second time in 4 games, they have Morton Anderson to thank for it.
A lot of things have to happen right in order for me to get out there and get that chance. So I want to give a lot of credit to the rest of the team, too.
Today, we made some plays there at the end of the game that put us in a position to kick that field goal. It doesn't surprise me, but you know, you always feel good when you're able to do something like that.
It was a meeting of 2 Jekyll and Hyde teams at the Astrodome. The Rams' Jim Everett has had everything from his accuracy to his bravery questioned this season, but there was no doubt about either in this game. This 4-yard pass to Flipper Anderson put the Rams up 7-0, and Everett was on his way to becoming the first quarterback to pass for 300 yards against Houston in over 2 seasons.
Bettis, touchdown. Touchdown Rams.
After a couple of field goals, the Oilers did rally in the third quarter. An 80-yard bomb from Warren Moon to Ernest Gibbons brought them to within a point, but then their much-heralded defense let them down. His buddy Ryan